This should help you remember everything.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Everything you know is wrong.
Your life will be consumed by absolute loss.
He doesn't need his own weapons. He's got ours.
They'll always need men like us.
Our greatest barrier is our own fear. Our own doubts. The only thing holding us back is how far we are willing to go.
Holy cow, baby, the hype is real. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is confirmed. That was a teaser. It contains a lot more information than you expect. Trust me, I've got everything here for you guys. Let me know what you're thinking. Are you excited that it's Black Ops 3? Give it a thumbs up if you are absolutely pumped. We've got an official world reveal date as well. Let's just get straight into it because I've broken this down already for you guys so we can get all of the latest information. Make sure you're subscribing. I'll be keeping you guys updated with everything this year for Black Ops 3. The first image, you're going to like this one. You're going to notice 115. As you guys may or may not know, Element 115 plays a huge role in the backstory for Black Ops Zombies. It was actually found during World War I, and it was actually used to reanimate dead cells. And it's actually how the zombies were created and how the zombies came about in Black Ops. You can find Element 115 from the meteorites, which can be found on some of the Black Ops Zombies maps as well, as you can see on screen here. So a very, very clear hint, a big return for zombies, as we'd expect in Black Ops 3, and it's going to be hugely exciting finding out what they've done with Black Ops 3 zombies. I know you guys want to find out more, but on top of that, within this image, you can see coordinates. These coordinates are very interesting. As soon as I saw them, I was like, boom, let's pop these into Google and see what we can actually find here. And these coordinates will actually lead us to this location you can see on screen here, right next to what looks to be like a river, and this is actually within Egypt. If you look at the whole worldwide map, there's a few coordinates within this teaser trailer here. And obviously this is going to link into more to do with the single player and the action that's going to be going down with the single player. Now in terms of settings, teasing and more information with Black Ops 3 and single player, I've done a few videos already this week covering that. I'll link them down below in the description. This will link into some of the stuff we've already gotten this week. But this is where one of these coordinates leads us directly to this location here. Very interesting stuff indeed. Next up for our next image, I caught a glimpse of this really interesting design here, which looks to be wrapped around, basically the character that you're spinning around within the teaser has all of these numbers and letters going around him, and this symbol here looks very interesting indeed. It's made up of arrows, what looks to be more crosses and more symbols. Now personally I don't recognize these symbols from any sort of lettering or any sort of language. Maybe you guys do, and if I find anything I'll update the description so you guys will know what it is. And when I tweeted this out and talked about it a little bit on Twitter, you guys thought maybe it could be a very early look at some of the prestige symbols. Now obviously multiplayer isn't normally talked about for the brand new Call of Duty game until closer to August, so many months away, but I counted around about 13 or 14 symbols. It's hard to tell which symbols are connected and which symbols are actually singular, but many symbols listed there. Perhaps it is an early look at some of the prestige symbols, or maybe it's some sort of coding system and lettering system that does actually make up some sort of wording. As I said, I'll update a description for you guys so you know exactly what's going on there. Again, later on, just after this image has been shown, in the bottom left we get a look at the Snapchat image. This is how all of the teasing started off this week, was with the introduction of a Snapchat image being added to multiplayer for Black Ops 2. So that's been thrown in there as well for a very short amount of time. If you hadn't got the Snapchat already, I'm sure most of you guys do, you can get it through the trailer. That's how I got all of my information. I'll link down below in the description for my other videos. Moving on, we get a look here, an actual pistol in use. This pistol, it's hard to make out what it is. It looks like more of a modern day pistol. It reminds me of a 5.7 pistol actually from Black Ops 2, which could mean maybe we are actually going into the future when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which is very interesting. The only sort of hint so far at some sort of future time setting for this game. And again, more coordinates. I told you guys to be more coordinates. This is interesting. This leads us to Zurich, my friend. If you have a look at the world map, we can see just whereabouts in the world that actually leads us to. So we've jumped all the way from Egypt and all the way now to Zurich, which is again close to a river, close to some water area. So maybe something's going down here, which is going to link these two locations together, both Egypt and a location and the coordinates that we've gotten here, which is very interesting indeed. All of this stuff tying in together to give us some very loose clues, and this is what the teasing is all about, baby. So next up we have another image. Now this image, I just wanted to draw your attention to the bottom left with the sort of squares with a dot in the middle. Now, this doesn't look anything like any lettering or normal numbering, but it was just like this image that I kept on seeing coming up and being wrapped around this character throughout the trailer as it went on, and I thought it's worth bringing attention to. So maybe you guys can make sense of what those squares are all about, but again, something to bring your attention to because it definitely stands out compared to the rest of the lettering and numbering that's being thrown around within this trailer. Next up, we have a very, very interesting point. We have a knife being thrown towards the screen. I noticed on the knife, if you have a look very carefully, there's actually symbols on there, and I was like, okay, immediately this is either Japanese or Chinese. What is it? And I looked through the Chinese alphabet and I was like, okay, that final symbol seems to match up with the letter C from the Chinese alphabet, except it's actually squared off within the trailer and the letter C is not squared off fully. So I couldn't quite make it out. And when I tweeted it out, and good old Vicstar, another very cool YouTuber, realized that it's actually not lettering, it's actually numbering. And if we actually go ahead and look at the numbering from Japan, we can see that the first letter is actually 5, which is go. I have terrible pronunciation. And then if we look at the next two symbols, that looks like 14, ju suis, probably the worst Japanese pronunciation in the world, but basically letters. So 5 and 14, or 5, 1 and 4. So linking in with something for sure. Maybe it's the 14th day of the 5th month. I'm not sure. Maybe this is linking with something we can expect in the future, or some sort of big day or big date that's going to be happening within the main campaign for Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So again, another clear image there of that. And next up, we actually get a look at a symbol that I talked about in a teaser video yesterday. You can see it fly towards the screen for a very brief period of time, which is the trident symbol. We talked about that in a video yesterday and how it could relate to a World War II meeting that was held between the English and the American on how to take back Europe. And maybe that's what it's got to do with, but I'm not sure. This looks like it's just a symbol that's been made up, a fictional symbol for the series. And I believe it's going to be one of the big symbols and one of the key sort of symbols for one of the roles and one of the teams available within Black Ops 3. Maybe the good guys or the bad guys. We do not know yet, but this is the second time this symbol has appeared. And next one here towards the end of the trailer, I just picked up on it. Just looked like a Pokeball to me. I think I saw a Pokeball in there. If you look at that white circle, it looks exactly like the Pokeball logo. Obviously, that's got nothing to do with it. Maybe it does have a more serious reasoning behind it, though. And maybe it is the logo of another team within Black Ops 3. Who knows? But we're coming towards the end of the teaser trailer here. After all of that information, we are finally left with the breakup of the 1 to the 2, and finally to the 3 to confirm Call of Duty Black Ops 3 coming this year. Extreme hype levels are real. And then, of course, the world reveal is being confirmed for the 26th of the 4th. That's the 26th of March this month, 2015. So literally in just a few weeks' time, the world reveal for this game will be released, which means we should get some good look at the game. That's going to be single player footage, gameplay footage, and everything's going to be blown out of the water on the 26th of April this month. Absolutely hype, my friends. For those of you guys who are interested mainly in multiplayer or zombies, for example, typically the single player stuff gets released first, multiplayer around about August, and zombies is normally the final thing to get revealed. But of course, everything that gets announced regarding Black Ops 3, you'll be able to find out here first on this channel, leading up to its launch later this year in November. Do not fear, my friends, this is the place to be. Hopefully, you found all the information in this video useful. I would definitely definitely recommend you guys go and check out the other 2 videos I did over the past few days. It'll give you even more information. Make sure you're subscribing here to the channel for the latest Black Ops 3 information, my friends. It's been fun bringing you all of this breakdown. Let me know if you've got any other additional information. Feel free to tweet at me at OMG It's Allier on Twitter, or just leave a comment down below and I'll update the description with the latest information. So thank you so much for watching, guys. The hype is real. Stay tuned for the latest information. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video.